Did we even learn this? Shh. Hey, come on, kid. Let me show you something. So who are you? What are we doing? Doesn't matter right now. Let's go.
Whoa! Whoa! Where are we?
Not where, but when. These are the Democrats. They're the liberal, so they're more likely to act for social welfare and social change. As you see, there's different shades of blue, and the darker the blue, the more liberal you are, and that is with the political spectrum. But we're not going to get into that right now. Come on over here, and you'll see the Republicans. The Republicans are conservative and more likely to like the good old days. If you look down, you can see the green grass. That's the independents. Everyone steps on them and nobody really cares about them. But since we build everything on them, we all think we're independent, but really, we're Republican or Democrat. Now, prepare yourself for what you're about to see. It might get crazy.
Wait, what? Ah!
Get down!
Where are we? Why are they fighting?
This is the legislative branch. In Congress, there are two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. It seems like they're fighting over a bill. Most of those can be introduced in the House, but any tax or revenue bills must be introduced in the House of Representatives. Once the bill is introduced, it is assigned to a committee.
What's a committee? Is that the group that decides what things happen?
Kind of. A committee is the group that a bill is assigned to, and it's their job to debate and revise the bill before presenting it to the whole of either house.
Okay. So they decide what bills become a law.
Yeah, I think you're getting it. So it seems this bill has passed in the House and the Senate, and now it's in a Congress committee here to come to a version that both sides like.
Man, Congress is crazy.
You don't know the half of it.
Compromise.
Hey, it looks like they found a compromise. Now the bill will go to the president, and we'll see if it becomes a law. Oh no, not that song. Let's just get in the box and go before it gets stuck in our head.
Well, it's a long, long journey to the...
Woo! Where are we now? I thought you said we were going to the executive branch. Isn't that the White House?
We're in the White House, kid. Just keep your voice down. We're not really supposed to be here. Come on.
So, if this is the White House, where's the president? What does he do? How do you become president?
Well, to become president, you have to be 35 years old, a natural-born citizen of the United States, and a resident of the United States for 14 years.
Alright, but what does he actually do?
Well, the president is kind of the leader of the country. He can sign bills into law once they pass both the House and the Senate, if he likes them. If he doesn't like them, he can use a presidential power called the veto. This is a check that he has on the power of the legislative branch.
I know what checks and balances are. My mom balances her checkbook all the time.
Not those kind of checks and balances. This is where the kind of leader of the country comes in. Each branch of government has a check on the other branch. The veto power is a check that the president has on the legislative branch. The legislative branch can then override the veto with a 2/3 majority vote. That is the check that the legislative branch has on the executive branch. But this doesn't happen very often, so let's just give the bill to the president and move on.
Oh no, not this again. Rufus, you were banned from here.
I think we
Go! What?
Well, that was close. Where are we now?
Well, you know how there are 3 branches of government? You probably didn't, but that's why we're here. We've already been to the legislative branch and the executive branch, so now we're at the judicial branch.
I know about this one. My teacher says that this is where the justice sits on the bench and makes the rulings, so that we know right from wrong.
You're kind of right. Justice is actually justices, and there are 9 of them. The 9 justices are the judges of the Supreme Court. They are appointed by the president and then have to be approved by the Senate. This is another one of those checks and balances we talked about. The Supreme Court also has checks and balances over the power of the other branches.
Oh, I remember now. So, the Supreme Court can declare things unconstitutional, giving them power over the legislative and executive branch. My teacher said that the judicial branch has judicial review, while the legislative branch can make laws and amendments, and the executive branch can execute rulings. Get it? Execute?
Wow, you impressed me, kid, but I bet you didn't know that justices are appointed for life. Or until they get sick sitting on the bench.
Hey, it looks like they're in session. Can we go see?
I don't see why not. Just be quiet.
Call to order. Today we are reviewing the newly passed law stating that schools are required to buy Post-it notes from a certain company.
I don't see why we are even considering this. It's obviously unconstitutional. There is nothing in the Constitution that says anything about Post-it notes.
Of course you don't see it in the Constructionalist. The Commerce Clause allows Congress to regulate interstate commerce, which makes it constitutional.
Stupid activists, always so elastic in their thinking. You have no respect for the way it's supposed to be.
Constructionalists, the world is changing and so are we. We need to change the Constitution as we keep going. That's what the framers intended.
We should pass it.
No, we shouldn't.
Yes, we should.
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 No, we shouldn't. Yes, we should.
Activists? Constructionalists? Why are they calling each other those names?
Well, those are the different approaches to interpreting the Constitution. Constructionalists have very little interpretation, so what the Constitution says, goes. Activists interpret the Constitution to what the framers meant, not what they said.
Oh, I think I'm starting to get it now.
That's good. Now, come on, we gotta hurry. We're gonna run out of time.
What?
Get it? It's a joke. We've got a time machine.
Hey, can we go back and get my jacket?
I don't see why not.
Woo! Why are we here? It's just some ordinary house.
Just wait.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi, ma'am. We need your house.
I'm sorry, but right now is not really a good time.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we weren't asking.
What's going on over there?
Well, over there is eminent domain. Those two guys were the bureaucracy. Technically, the bureaucracy is part of the executive branch, but really they're just the guys that are famous for the infamous red tape, which is really just rules about policy made by the other branches of government. In the bureaucracy, there are different groups such as executive agencies and independent regulatory agencies, and even independent commissions. But really, the bureaucracy just makes rules about policies, and that's the red tape. So bureaucracy is just a lot of red tape.
Oh. Well, what's going on over there?
Oh, there? That's just George Washington cutting down a cherry tree.
Okay, so we know the rules, but how does policy making work?
I think you're really getting it. Come on, we just gotta make one more stop.
Whoa. Whoa. Where are we now?
Can't you read the sign? We're where they make policy.
Oh. So who's in the room?
Well, there are a few different ways to make policy. Let me show you.
Hey, you guys can't be in here. What are you doing?
Yeah, you need to go away. We're policy making.
Well, these are congressmen. I thought they'd be happier to see us, but we'll just go on.
Did you just...
No, don't interrupt, kid. So, congressmen make policies through the laws they pass. They also approve funding for the bureaucracy who, help implement the policies. That is just one example of policy making. Now, come on, kid. We're gonna run out of time.
I get it. Another time joke.
What do you mean, kid? We gotta get going.
Hey, you forget something?
Oh.
What?
Now, follow me.
Hey, how'd you get back in here? I can't believe you put this bill on my desk again. Last time you did this, it got stuck in my...
Man, I don't know what I did to that guy. He just really hates the Bill song.
I can't blame him. It's getting to me too.
Well, the president cannot pass laws directly himself, but he still can make policy. His policy is his main goal in office, and every president addresses Congress in the State of the Union address. This is where he says his main goal to Congress, and in a way helps set the policy that Congress is able to make during his term of the presidency.
Oh. Okay, so now we know how to make policy.
You don't know all the ways to make policy yet. Come on, there's one more way.
I got it. He is guilty, okay?
I say he's perfectly
The ruling was constitutional.
Hey, what are you guys doing in here? You can't be in here.
Kid, come here, I got something to show you.
Why did you guys stay? You already barged in on.
Why are we with these three again? We already saw them.
Well, the Supreme Court holds a special role in policy making. It is their job to interpret the Constitution as they see fit. So they make policy.
Wouldn't that be illegal? Making laws because they feel like it?
Well, not exactly. It's like when your mom changes the rules to benefit your siblings opposing you. It's like
Constitutionally correct.
yeah, that's right. The Supreme Court interprets the Constitution and therefore makes policy. This is called legislating from the bench.
That's an interesting name for whatever it is.
Yeah, well,
You better make your
Hey,
kid.
come on.
it's called this because
What?
Hey, who's that with the phone?
oh, that's the media. The media takes polls on decisions by government officials and lawmakers, which in turn the government officials and lawmakers use to make policy because of the media's influence over the people.
Okay, I get it. There's a lot of ways to make policy.
Yeah, I think you're ready, kid. Let's go back. Oh, no, not the bureaucracy. Oh, they finally got me with red tape. Looks like you're on your own, kid.
What? I can't be on my own. I'm not ready for the test yet. You can't leave me. No! No! It was all a dream? This is pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Delivery for Ethan.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee. But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law.
And that is just one example of policy they make.
Something to show you.
Hey, why don't you stay? You guys already barged in.
Why are we here? It's just an ordinary house.
Just wait. But it's right because it's their job.
Fill your line.
What the heck, man?
I just want Jimmy John's. I'm craving it right now. It's 6:47. We'll hurry up and go get Steam Maker.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. We weren't ready.
Whoa! Where are we?
Swear to God, right, Justin? Yeah.
He has it saved about how to cool down.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Right on the page. That's good.
yeah. Poor guy.
What are you doing?
Do you want to do the eminent domain thing or the judicial branch first? Eminent domain? Eminent domain.
Wait, do we have the legislative?
Says anything about Post-it notes.
Of course you don't get a constructionalist. The Interstate Commerce Act allows... Oh my God, it's not the act, is it? The Interstate Commerce...
Boom! Wait, where are we now? I thought you said we were going to the executive branch. Isn't that the White House?
We're in the White House, kid. Just keep your voice down. We're not really supposed to be here. Come on.
There's nothing in the Constitution that says anything about Post-it notes.
Of course you say that, you constructionalist.
Hey, did you race through the homeowner or the bureaucracy?
Bop. Do 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 do. Go cut down the tree. Go cut down the tree.
Let's cut down the tree.
And this time travel's taking. By the Senate. I was doing so good. It was actually justices, and there are 9 of them. The 9 Supreme Court justices. The 9 judges are justices.
Of course you don't get a constructionalist. The Commerce Clause allows Congress to
Regulate interstate commerce.
Bro!
Bill,